Let me tell you about consultants. I've dealt with a lot of consultants over the years, and there are some things you've got to know. Peter Dutton's party says the first thing they will do if elected is sack tens of thousands of public sector workers. In fact, 36,000 people. That's 1 in 5 jobs, a massive cut. And you know they are the people who keep Medicare, the NDIS and Centrelink going. You know who's cheering for all of this? The CEOs and the shareholders of the big 4 consulting firms. Who's not cheering? Well, that's you and me. I'll tell you why. When the coalition came into power in 2013, spending on the big 4 was less than $400 million a year. And when they left a decade later, it was at least $1.4 billion a year. That's right, $1.4 billion. And this is because the coalition, when in government, sacked 18,000 public sector workers and outsourced and replaced this work with, you guessed it, consultants. Around $1 in 4 spent by the government was on external consultants and on labour hire. The problem with privatising the public sector to consultants is this. Public sector workers work for you and me. They're not about generating profits. They're meant to give frank and fearless advice to politicians so they make the best decisions. And it's not in the interest of the consultancy firms to tell their client things they don't want to hear. So we, the Australian people, we lose out. When you replace public sector workers with consultants, you lose decades of experience and skills. After many years in a job, you learn a lot, and that benefits all of us. Less skills and experience that are in the public sector, the more it is reliant on, you guessed it, consultants. In the end, who loses? We do. 36,000 good jobs for local communities. These jobs support families and they're vital for local communities. Small and local businesses survive because of these jobs, and all these workers pay tax. Cuts to the public sector would mean longer call times and delayed payments when dealing with services in Australia. It would become harder to crack down on tax avoidance, it would undermine our biosecurity and agricultural agencies, impacting national defence and leave our NDIS system worse off. 20,000 of these jobs are outside of Canberra and would have a devastating impact on local communities and businesses. So a coalition government is fantastic news for consultancy firms, it's bad news for the rest of us.